So it's Thursday again, and as many of you count down to this day and wait to hear what is revealed, some, it seems, cannot wait to find out and choose to hack into my page. Yes, I see, and yes, I know what you're up to. Now, some would get annoyed. Personally, I laugh because it proves to me and our show is on target and ahead of the game. They have more interest in what I do than I have of them. So thanks for validating me a bit more. More good news from Mr. Trump, and for me this is pleasing to hear. This week he announced he was stopping the payroll tax for people who are making under $100,000 a year, and also dropped the interest on student loans, plus $400 extra on unemployment. Now the taxes has all the hallmarks of working with and listening to Kim the trustee and his music to my ears. Kim the trustee has now stated that the stimulus money is coming from an American National Disaster Relief Fund, which went up from $360 billion up to $1.8 trillion and was witnessed by Trump, Militia and Pelosi. So where did this fund come from? Well, this is one of the many funds Kim and the trust set up upon the dissolution of the former name of the trust, the Manna World Holding Trust. And essentially there are hundreds of these funds for various topics set up for each and every country, not just America. And she then went on to state that there is 2.874 trillion equivalent in an account of the same name, which is designated for the people. Now that those accounts was arranged by Kim, and for every dollar the American government receives, the people are entitled to the same dollar amount out of the funds. They get it out of the American National Disaster Relief Government Fund, and we get it out of the American National Disaster People's Relief Fund. But perhaps she needs to be more clear on how the government are spending their allocation whilst the people's is being blocked. Surely no people's money equals no government monies should be the directive. Now that's not a criticism, but things need to be made clearer and clarified better. And the question is, are the governments spending funds out of the trust here and now or not? And if yes, how and why? Now, one thing that did intrigue me, which has been indicative to me for the past 4 months until this week, is she also said perhaps Trump is now back on board with us. Now, one hopes that that is the case, given the thousands of hours both here and to a lesser degree I have worked to help Trump and the government, and there is enough an end to this flip-flopping back and forth. Things need to be fixed, and we've proven time and time again there's only one avenue of where it can be fixed. Yet again, Trump gave them till last Friday for the Rothschild's Black Sun et al. To deliver funds, and yet again they didn't have any. You know, this has gone on for well over 2-3 years now. I remember, was it October in 18, Trump gave them a final deadline then, and another one in March 19. Why are we wasting time with these people? You know, this country is a disaster zone of epic proportions currently, and it needs hard and harsh leadership and actions to be taken, regardless of whether an election is coming up or not. Another bit of positive news is Kim now claims that they have a global enforcement team in place now in several countries, and so we should look forward to reports of some high-level arrests in the coming days and weeks. All very exciting stuff. Enforcement, we've said it many times on this show, I've been talking about it for the last 6 years. Enforcement was always the key in what we're doing here. In a recent show, Kim and Tank spoke of assemblies being formed in each state, and early reports I'm hearing of they are running into issues similar to the THI state groups, and they are requesting more to get involved. Well, here's a suggestion and a solution. Perhaps the fledgling assemblies could team up in each state with the THI state groups, as the THI state groups are well formed now and can give them help and a lift up. Now, many of the things that Kim was requesting, the groundwork has already been done by our members. So why waste energies and double up whilst dividing people? That way things on a public level can progress a lot quicker. And just because of the split of the main characters in both groups is prevailing and the olive branch refused, it doesn't mean the people themselves should be divided. After all, it is a common cause, and so, as Kim has said, it's all about the people. This would be a good move for the people of this country to engage on a wider scale. And perhaps one of our members that listens to both channels can put this out in their next call. And perhaps the new LifeForce enforcement team should make Mr. Kumo first for arrest for crimes against humanity.